Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 7 Soviet destroyer, Kiev. It has 6 main guns, 10 torpedoes, 14 AA guns, a surface detection of 8.7 kilometers, top speed 42.9 knots, total health 14,200, from modules, reduced crit chance on main battery and propulsion, better main battery accuracy, faster rudder shift, and from a commander, situation awareness, basic firing training, faster turret traverse, superintendent, and advanced firing training. We are on the map, Two Brothers, and you can see this is a little bit hitchy. This is a replay. Long story short, I'm trying to record and maintain 60 FPS when I'm recording. Oh. Friendly Fubuki, I think? Oh crap, that was a close torpedo call. Thankfully, we were able to stop, and he was able to aim just precise enough that we did not run into the torpedoes. We see a Mayhan, we're going to engage him. Unlike the Ognivo, the Kiev has 4 guns in the front, 2 in the back, so it is very effective. Now, yes, I'm saying Kiev. Kiev is the Russian pronunciation. I know it's Kiev in English. I'm not pronouncing it in English. I'm trying to pronounce it in the native tongue. And in this instance, it was a Soviet ship, and Soviet Union used Russian as the official language. Kiev is the name of the ship. Now, I see that the friendly takes out the Atago with his torpedoes, so it was worth it. The Mayhan's moving away. We're moving away from the Mayhan. It is an advantage to the Soviet destroyer to engage at long range. The velocity is so extreme. As we're moving away, though, he takes out steering, and damage control is completely down. So I just let my team know I cannot change my heading. I think it would be nice for the team to know when a major module is completely knocked out and there's no ability to adjust it. Maybe there's an icon that appears near your name. Maybe you just say something along the lines of steering knocked out. Something like that would be really helpful to allow the team to cover your back and also to realize that you don't mean to run into their ship. We see, as we're coming this way, since we have to, that there's an enemy destroyer in the gap. He just took out a friendly cruiser, and we use damage control, and we're going to head to the gap. Now, the Kiev, along with all other Soviet destroyers, is a hunter-killer. We take out destroyers better than nearly anyone else in the game. The velocity, the amount of guns, the amount of damage, it is devastating to destroyers, and that's your primary target. Initially, I was going east to try and take out a destroyer, but he decided to retreat as I was retreating. We both left each other's effective fire range. We have a chance at taking out another destroyer, though. If he's greedy, yes! He's low health too. Hatsuharu. We fire on him. All 6 guns. We take out modules, incapacitate others, and we eventually take him out. He couldn't do anything and looked like he was backing up trying to hide, but at that point, there's no place to run to. So, gap is completely secure. At least that's what it appears to be. We're going to head out west because west looks really crappy. We have a destroyer and a battleship defending against the west. So far, there's not enough ships on the east to justify the amount of ships we have committed. That tells me there's a lot of enemy ships headed out west. At least 3 that we can see. 2 of them are Tier 8 battleships. Cleveland is manageable, but we have, I think we have a Colorado on this flank. And we have a Fubuki. Okay, so we have a Colorado. Yeah, we're going to try and modify the Colorado's weaknesses and help him destroy the Cleveland and the Atlanta. Those particular ships will devastate the Colorado. The other ships, we really can't do anything. There's too much health there, but we can put fear in the heart of the Cleveland, and we're spotted because we fire. Big deal. He's firing on my friendly Colorado. I would like him to fire on me. It's easier for me to maneuver out of the way. Friendly sends out torpedoes. We set fire to the Cleveland. Great. He's either going to use damage control or another fire. Great, 2 fires. He has to use damage control. Yeah, he does. Look at this damage we're doing every salvo, by the way. 2,500 for 3 salvos in a row. Next one, 1,400. This guy wants nothing of this. He's moving back. We have pushed him back. We've changed not only his strategy, but the Atlantas. I think they all wanted to push forward. Whenever they met resistance, they had to adjust. And that's going to weaken this flank for the another ship. A destroyer. Why are you doing this to me, game? Okay, so we're going to try and see... the Fubuki's so far away. Not really a good target to engage. We'll try the Atlanta. He is pretty close. Considering the Atlanta wants to engage near his max range, that's when he is detected. It's 1-to-1 with his guns. It's a little awkward in the ship, but she can do a lot of damage to battleships that can't move out of the way. You can see the North Carolina is headed up right up against the island. He's going to minimize his opportunities to maneuver, but this should allow him to get right to our base and put pressure on anyone that's trying to come and protect us. The Amagi is in range, and we're going to engage him. The enemy Fubuki somehow died on this flank. I don't know how he died, but I'm thankful he's dead. And we don't care that we're detected. The detection on our ship is rather garbage. 8.7, 8.5. We set him on fire. Yes! That is really what we want. Okay, he put it out. Another fire was lit, but he was immune to that fire. We're trying to get all of our rounds to land on that superstructure. That's where the juicy bits are. That's where we do the most damage. He is not immune to fire anymore, so we have one stick. But that should be your goal. Spread HE around a battleship in a destroyer, even in a cruiser. That is a large source of damage. Another fire, good. 2 fires. 500 points every second are being done to that ship. He's going to have to allow it to fully burn 45 seconds. There's no way he doesn't have basic survivability in a battleship. So 45 seconds is roughly when it'll go off, just without any help from damage control. And we're just trying to get it all parts of the ship. It looks like the bow and the stern are blank. Obviously I can't see the bow, but I can see the stern, and it looks like it's not on fire. So we're trying to make sure the rounds land right at the front of the ship right now, but also we're trying to walk it all around. Okay, so the front fire was put out on its own. We can walk the shots to that area too and have it stick again. Right now we're only doing, okay, we're not doing any damage now. We would love to set him on fire again. And this is a really hard shot at range, but it's a lot harder for him at range. And that's what you need to keep in mind. If you cannot land a destroyer at 11, 12 kilometers, you should really try and keep that distance in a Soviet destroyer in particular. Your torpedoes, they're basically just there for flavor. There's no way you would ever want to use them in the open ocean against these big battleships. They will murder you if you try and get that close. The Atlanta wants a piece of us. He is within an effective range. We, however, have a massive velocity advantage. Look at the arc on his guns. Look how high they go up in the sky. We fire. It takes, half the time to get to the target. It's a much easier shot for us. As long as we maintain a randomness to our angling, we should never be hit by him. And we're doing massive damage. Fires, superstructures, incapacitating modules. We're trying to walk the fire to the front of the ship. We get another fire, so 2 fires on the back. And every salvo's doing at least 1k, maybe even 2k. 1,500. One more good salvo might be it. Alright, one more. This is real. He's dead either way. And we kill him with our guns. He's not burning down today. And the Amagi, 50% life. Enemy North Carolina, near full health. He doesn't want to engage us, though. He wants to engage a friendly battleship. We're going to allow him to exist. I don't really care what he does. There's too many friendly ships on our side to really care that he can potentially capture our base. We'll fire one or two, but he is not the goal. The goal is the Amagi. And sometimes I'll do this. I'll switch targets, allow the primary target to feel comfortable. Oh, he's not going after me anymore. I can just come in and do damage. No! I actually want you to come in so it takes you longer to get out of my effective range. You're obviously going to be dealt with by a friendly battleship or a friendly cruiser. I don't have the ease of damage at this range. I can certainly do damage, but it will take me 8 years to kill a target at this range. And we're going to try on the Amagi. Friendlies are dealing with the North Carolina, so Amagi it is. Now, you can see we're trying to do our aiming technique where it's kind of a smushed oval. A little less lead when he's moving away, with a little extra lead, and he is having a hell of a time trying to track us. We are just so fast. We are angling, we are maneuvering, and we are averaging over 40 knots. That is insane. This ship is 5 knots faster than the previous tier, and in general, it is 5 knots faster than the fastest second ship, tier for tier. I don't even think a ship is within 8 knots of it, quite honestly. I think the speed of the Japanese destroyer is 36, 37 knots, I want to say. Plus we have boost. You ain't running. We're coming. We're coming for you, Amagi. We're coming. Now it's going to take us a while. As you can see, we're barely doing any damage. Oh, there's a good superstructure. You want to really try and go for that smokestack. Anything that's around the smokestack generally is a good target. It's a lot harder than it sounds to land it on it, though. But that's really where the juicy HE will consistently reward you. And this was my second game in the Kiev, and already it feels way better than the Ognivo. We set him on fire, he uses damage control. He doesn't feel like he can afford even one fire. We got him now. Even though he has 50% of his life, the fact that he feels that threatened by a single fire tells me that he is panicking. And anytime your opponent is panicking, oh, he's firing on our position. Hard to port, hard to port. Easy peasy. As long as you keep zoomed in, and that's one thing that allowed me to use the replay in this particular match versus some other match where I zoom in, zoom out, take a look around, zoom back in. I'm staying zoomed in most of the time because I have to have the aim back up really fast, fast rearm. And in doing so, I'm allowed to see exactly where his turrets are pointed, exactly when he fires, and that allows me to immediately, you can see, I'm reacting. Oh, that's another thing that doesn't show up on replay. You don't get to see my rudder shift. Wow, I really don't like replays. I hope this is satisfactory for you to see the ship. I'm really sorry it's off a replay. I just screwed up, recorded the original in a file format that cannot be viewed on my editing software. It won't happen again. Hopefully this conversion will allow for a consistent 60 FPS. No hitching. Some of my files with Shadowplay would have some distortion on the screen for a frame or two. I want to get rid of that. You guys deserve a high quality view of my battle. 1-to-1, literally 1-to-1. You don't get to see the horizon line, but suffice it to say, I'm using the hull of his ship, and I'm raising or lowering it based on the direction he's headed. All these little details that are missing in replays that would really help you all. 2 fires on the ship. Oh man, just look at all that damage. And he is having one bad day. This is probably one of the worst ways to die. I have been in games where I have done this to battleships, and they have commented that I am literally the worst person on the planet and calling me every single name under the sun. They were very frustrated by the constant barrage that they could not answer. And what can I say? I'm really annoying. He tried again. He misses. We're at neutral. He misses far. And this is it. We have the rate of fire. Just need 1 or 2 salvos. Is it going to be this one? Someone tried to steal it. No, you don't. And we finish him off. We also get Arsonist there. 3 kills. Arsonist, 14 fires. 333 shells landed on the target. Wow. That is not the way you want to die. Base XP, 2,354. Hell yeah. We did around 130,000 points of damage. Oh yeah, the Kiev is fantastic. The Kiev just, so good, so much better than the Ognivo. It really is so much better. It's one of those ships that I can see myself playing for a very long time. Hope you enjoyed this replay. Sorry about it being a replay and not a direct video recording. Won't happen again. And if it does, I'll apologize then too. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.